Sigils and symbols in thaumaturgy. Once you have mastered the basic form of the light meditation, it can be developed with more advanced techniques that will add to its power. The basic visualization honors the principle as above, so below, but there are more dynamics to the operating mechanics. The Hermetic tradition has many symbols which illustrate that the flow of divine light from God performs a circuit where the energy comes to us from God via our mediating angel, and then it is reflected back to God with our intent and energy. This is known as a reciprocal grace. By God's grace, we receive the divine light, and by the grace of our own intention and will, that light is returned back to God and completes a sacred circuit. The analogy of an electrical circuit is quite fitting to illustrate this, and not so far removed from the actual mechanics. The Star of David and the Seal of Solomon are composed of two triangles. The triangle with the point at the top represents the cone of God's light flowing out to us. The other triangle, with the point at the bottom, represents the complementary aspect of our love overflowing from us back to God, each other, and the creation in general. My cup runneth over. The star and the seal are amalgams of the symbols for the four elements. This latter dimension includes into these two symbols the concept of the divine emanations which are flowing through the universe. We can see in the diagram here that air and fire, which represent the ethereal sphere, are inverted cones. This illustrates the emanation beaming down to us, expanding outward from its point of origin. Water and earth are more representative of the earthly plane. These cones are upright, which expresses our reciprocal grace. Our emanation likewise expands outward as it flows back to complete the divine circuit. You can add this dynamic to give force to your visualization. Once you have been filled with God's light in the basic form, imagine that God's light is arriving at the crown of your head, with the cone being the first triangle of the Star of David. As your cup overflows in the affirmations, I am filled to overflowing, visualize this as the second triangle, with the point at the bottom. Picture yourself sitting in the star, one triangle being God's light, the second being your reflection. You can also picture a wheel of light to represent this sacred circuit. See the light flowing down to your feet on one side of your body. Then that light returns from being grounded and flows upwards on the other side of your body. This creates a wheel of light that spins around your body. Picture that your heart, which is the center of your spiritual body, is the axle of this light wheel. As it spins, your breast glows brighter and burns hotter. Concentrate on feeling the heat and extra exaltation that comes from your heart being lit up as the axle of a wheel of light. Practice feeling this a lot. My name is Steve Seven. I am the author and narrator of this audiobook clip. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you subscribe to our channel to be kept up to date on our future content. We will be uploading many more videos that detail the practical and celestial mechanics of high magic or wonder working in the invisible world. I will leave you with a quote from the Hebrew Bible, which is a confirmation of the use of spells and talismans in the ancient Jewish culture. Have a wonderful day. And these words, which I command thee this day, shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates. Deuteronomy 6:6-9.